Let's talk about the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, I love this device. Seriously, this is heavy in my rotation. This is a great device. And I'm going to tell you 5 quick reasons why this is such a great device. For me. Now, I can't speak for other people, but the display. That is the number one reason why I love this phone so much is the display. Number two, performance. The performance on this device is just as super silky, buttery smooth as the Pixel 6 Pro. So when I hear people say that the Pixel 6 Pro is the smoothest version of Android, I'm sorry, I completely disagree with you. Or if you say the 7 Pro is, I don't agree with people on that, because unless you actually use this phone, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm telling you, buttery, silky, whatever soft cotton, whatever soft thing you want to say, this phone has. This is by far the smoothest phone that I have. And second would be the Mi 11 Ultra, and then everything after that. But the performance on this phone is so great, and the phone is very, very fast. Okay. Next, the battery life. Still getting a day and a half of battery life with moderate to heavy usage. The speakers, the dual stereo speakers are great. And the cameras on this phone, in my opinion, are great as well. Now, if you're considering picking up this device, let me put my code in. Good news, okay? It's unlocked for all carriers. So if you're looking to get this phone, it's unlocked for all carriers. Now, I forgot to look up the current pricing for this, but you could check it out on Amazon. Now, I normally get probably 98% of my phones from Amazon because they have the renewed program where you could get the phone, keep it for 90 days. If you don't like it, you could just send it back. So I like the fact that you can keep it that long to check it out and see if you like it or not. And their prices are pretty competitive. Of course, eBay, you may get some cheaper pricing there because, a lot of people, do pre-owned. You can do renewed. You can do, what does I say, open box. You could do new. You have more options on eBay than you do Amazon. Amazon is basically either brand new or renewed. But I like their renewed because you can get it in excellent condition. And honestly, the phone performs and looks brand new when you get it renewed from Amazon. So keep that in mind. All right. Now this is a flagship device, came out in 2020. So it's been around for a couple of years, but it still operates so well. I mean, seriously. I mean, this thing, look, I mean, can you see how smooth this is? The transitions, it's just super smooth, super fast. I just love that. Now, let me turn on my Wi-Fi. I turned it off. So, I love this. Now, the design is nice. Now, let me take off the case just real quick so you can see. I love this matte back. Feels so good. Feels very premium. I like the cameras in the middle. I know, everything now is on the left, or it's, part ways on the left. And, you got with the Pixel 6 Pro, you got the camera bar going all the way across. But I actually like it in the middle. And I know most phones don't even do that anymore, but I like it in the middle. I love the design. I love the color of this. This is the emerald green. I just love the color. Sometimes it changes. Like sometimes it looks kind of blue, depending on how the light hit it. But you will love the build quality on this phone. Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back. I mean, no scratches, no dents and nothing. I keep a case on it, but no scratches on my home screen at all. The phone gets nice and bright. I mean, I just love it. I love the design of this phone. I love the build quality. The speakers on here are really, really good dual stereo speakers. So you got IP68 water and dust resistance. You're getting it all when it comes to this phone. A really nice face unlock that's very, very fast. Now, it's not as fast as some of my other devices, but it's adequately fast, as you can see right here. All right. Fingerprint sensor. Sometimes it could be a little finicky, but it works the majority of the time, as you can see here. And I like, the little animation, if you can see it. And it has haptic feedback, unlike Samsung devices. So it works, I would say, about 99% of the time, which is good. But sometimes it could be a little finicky, I guess, depending on how my finger hits the sensor. But it's really good. Of course, you got an always on display, which I love. And you see here. Now you see how big these notifications are, which is good, so you could see exactly what they are. Sometimes they're colored, sometimes they're not. I wish that was a little more consistent. But I do like the fact that this has an always on display, and it's a nice one. It's not as customizable as Samsung devices, but you do get some options with it. Battery life, 4,510 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, I'm still getting a day and a half. If I use it light, I can get 2 days. Now that's my battery usage. Your battery usage will vary. Charging speeds, I'm not all that impressed with the charging speeds because, it's 30 watt wired and wireless charging. It's okay. You could get it charged in, I think, let me see, 30 watts, just a little over an hour, which is slow compared to the competition today. But it's adequate. It's going to be adequate for most people. The wireless charging is relatively slow to me, even though it's supposed to be 30 watts. It's slow, but it'll get the job done. Now, you do have reverse wireless charging, which is pretty, I think it's like 2 point something watts or 3 point something watts. It's really low. I've never used it, but the wattage is very, very low. I don't like that, but it's on here if you need it. Now, it does come with 12 gigs of RAM as well. This one does, okay? I think there might be an 8 gig variant. I'm not sure, but I think it is. I think it's an 8 gig variant and then the 12 gig variant. This is the 12 gig variant I have here. Now, when it comes to future software updates, this does have Android 13. And let me show you something real quick. Now, when you look at this, the UI, it's very different. They changed it. It looks a lot more lively. Looks a little more organized where they got things sectioned out. It reminds me a lot of Samsung's One UI, except it's not one-handed friendly. But I like how bright and vibrant it is now and how everything is nice and sectioned off. I like that a lot. And they made some changes. They got this little side thing right here. Now, this is all right, but I don't like it only because of this. Let me show you why. Not that right there. Let me see. Let me do it again. Okay, now this one's different. Let me see. Because before it was just giving me like a little window. Hold on a second. Guess I'm moving too fast. Hold up. Sorry about that, y'all. Doing this all in real time. Let me see. Let me go. Now, yeah, that's what it usually gives me. Most of the time, it's a little pop-up window, which is all right, but I don't know. Most of the time, I don't want that. I don't want this little window. I want the whole thing, and I thought that's what it was like. The only one that seemed like it don't give the full window is YouTube. So let me see. Let me close everything in the background. Let me see what I got here. Close everything. See if it does. See if it gives me a little window for YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, it gives me a regular big, thing, but everything else is like a small window. I don't know what that is. I might have to do a little more examining this to find out why it's doing that, because I find that to be kind of strange. All right, so we're on Android 13. That's going to be the last excuse me, iteration of Android on this device. So it will not receive Android 14, but it still has a little over a year of security patches left in it. For those of you that care about that, I don't really care about Android updates, honestly. Long as the phone's working well and it's optimized and all that, I'm good. Security is not an issue. The phone comes with its own layer of security, and you could also use a VPN for those of you, and I shared this with people before, but it seemed like they're not listening because they keep talking about, oh, they don't get no more security patches, I can't get it. I keep telling you, you can put your own security on your device. So I hope you heard me this time if you watched the video long enough. Now, when it comes to the display, this is the favorite part for me, a Quad HD AMOLED display, okay? 6.8 inches. This is the best display I have on any of my phones. And I have a bunch of Samsung phones that are great, but nothing is touching this display. Okay. Now my Samsung probably gets, now I think this is, I can't remember the nittage on here, but it gets really, really bright. The colors are very bright and rich and vibrant. I love it. And then you got that motion graphic smoothing. Now think about this now. You are getting HDR10 plus 120 hertz and 513 pixels per square inch. Now, for some reason, most of Samsung phones lately, they are always under 500 pixels. Now they're still nice, but they're all, the more pixels, the better the display is going to be. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, when it comes to, let me turn this volume down so it won't be no issue. But when you want to look at, let me show you that motion graphic smoothing, how awesome it is. Let me show you. Now, you're going to see here where it's going to say it's starting. See up there? Turning on motion graphic smoothing. Now, I hope you can tell just by looking at this, but this Star Trek was made in standard definition. You know, nothing, they never upped it to like 4K or 2K or nothing like that. But this phone can make it look like it's almost 4K because of how it makes it so smooth and it makes it so clear. Like, let me see if I can find something else. Let me see a Marvel, yeah, Affinity. Okay. See if you can tell with this one. See, it's turning it on. And it just takes the clarity to a whole nother level, like how clear it is. And I hope you can really see through this video. Just look and see how clear it is. It's just crazy clear. Like, I don't have any other device that could do this. My Mi 11 Ultra can come a little close, but it's still not as good as the OnePlus 8 Pro. That's one of my favorite things about this phone is when I want to watch media content, whether it be YouTube or anything that has to do with, you know, videos. It's going to turn on motion graphic smoothing. It's going to make the videos look that much better. So lifelike, so crystal clear and sharp. I love that. I love that. All right. And I already talked about performance. You got Snapdragon 865, Oxygen OS. It's skin on top, so that's all updated. So it's still using Oxygen OS. Now, I do love this right here. See that animation? It's like a circle. I love that. Now, I think they mixed a little bit of Color OS with their Oxygen OS, which I like. I like this effect here. That is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, like I said before, the battery life for me is great. Speakers with the Dolby Atmos is good. And the cameras, for me, these are the best cameras I ever used on any OnePlus device ever. I mean, seriously. Now, they don't have all the features that my Samsung has and some of my other phones have, but just point and shoot, these cameras are awesome for me. I mean, I love them. Check out my full review on this device. Check out, you know, the camera section. You'll see cameras on this device are great for me. Now, I can't say they would be great for you, but they're great for me. They look awesome. Nighttime photos too. The video. Now, the video, I think the video is still pretty smooth on there. I'd have to, you know, I haven't used the video camera on this in a while because I have so many phones. And this is not like one of my main devices that I shoot photos and video with. But I was very pleased with both. So I don't think you're going to be able to go wrong. Now, as far as the, you know, like I said, as far as the recent prices on this, I really don't know. I guess I can look really quick since we're right here. We can do this. Let's see what Amazon is doing with the price for the OnePlus 8 Pro. 8 Pro. Okay, let's see some pricing here. Ooh, now that's crazy. $1,000, that's ridiculous. Now that looks a little more normal. $429 for the ultramarine blue. Let's see. So that's a good price. Let me see. This is the green one I got, $256. Now, oh, that's for the 8T. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know why they got that up there. All right, that's $800. I don't know why this phone is so it's kind of expensive on some of these. It don't make any sense to me. But the lowest one I've seen it for so far was that $400 dollar price point, which that's a good price. If you are interested in a OnePlus 8 Pro, you should jump on that. Seriously, that's a good price. Let me go back. Yeah, this $429 one. Let me see. 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. Yeah, you should jump on that. $429. Now, it is T-Mobile, so it's not completely unlocked for all carriers. So keep that in mind. I think a lot of people have T-Mobile, so if you're considering this, that's a good price to get it from. Less than $500. But like I said before, the cameras on here are great. Now, there's no 4K on the front camera, which is disappointment, but it is what it is. But overall, the cameras, the overall performance on this device is great. I'd highly recommend the OnePlus 8 Pro because you're going to get a great display. You're going to get great performance, great battery life, great speakers, and great cameras. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.